What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. My name is D, and you guessed it. Together we are Guiding Delight. It's been a day. It's been a week, huh? It's kind of interesting. Since Monday, today's Thursday. I believe it's the 27th of August. Been cooler in the Ohio Valley region, but in the same sense, we've had some ups and downs this week. It's kind of crazy. The amount of turbulence and disturbance that's been in the atmosphere. We've seen it in Pee Wee football with the kids. We've seen it at work with the adults. There's clearly something in the air that's building pressure, traumatic forces, kind of make you question who you are, why you do what you do. And transitionings are happening. And it can be kind of ugly, right? Very ugly. Sorry, I'm in the old beater, a little squeaky. But yeah, so we've been going through these transitions. We've been going through these phases. By the way, don't worry. I'm on an unmarked back road. We're fine. Don't worry about me driving. I could literally go 10 miles an hour and nobody's going to come behind me. But we've been going through these transitions, right? With the ebbs and the flows. This new moon just kind of pull away from the light. There's been a lot of darkness, distractions. There's been a lot of heaviness. There's been a lot of weird dreams. There's been a lot of strife. A lot of I can't see a way to the future energy. Okay? And I was hung up on that yesterday, okay? And last night, about 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I seen the ship sinking. Right? And I decided to get off the ship, spread my wings, and fly. Because I remember I am the eagle, right? And I soared, and soared high did I go. And really just kind of blew my energy out. It really expanded my light body, if you will. And when you expand your light body like that, you kind of illuminate things that are around you and your field. And when I did that, I captured some kind of majestic jaspers, if you will. And I kind of picked them off and sent them to source and pull all this energy up. And it was like a whole tribe of these jaspers. And I'm kind of like transmuting them all. And they're all like trying to fight me. And then once I transmute so many of them, it's like, okay, well, don't fight them. Take them to the chief. And chief, you talk to this light vessel, right? And I thought that was pretty cool. And I get to the chief and I get to agreement, and it's like, instead of being a jester and causing strife and feeding off of this strife, who's your controller, right? So I unwound the bounds of limitations and brought all of those people that I sent back to source, giving them a second opportunity to change their ways. And the communication back and forth with these spirits was like, well, we only know how to take the loosh, be a looshers. And I said, okay, fine. Well, you guys can loosh your controllers. And then when they run out of loosh, let's think about doing other things. So it's an interesting play back and forth through the spiritual realms last night. Like I said, when I made that choice to flip the eagle wings out and actually soar, raise my energy, it kind of had been a minute. I'd been sitting in the mookie-ookie, dealing with the collective consciousness and all of the limitations and constraints that have been put upon us over this last couple days. That's such a powerful moment when I lit up like that and I found those gestures and kind of worked through all that energy. And you can see the spike in the Schumann resonance. And then it goes back to my favorite thing. It's like, can one person really make a difference, right? And now, it might be a little egoic, but obviously I pushed a lot of energy last night, transmutated a lot of energy last night. But it was shown on the Schumann resonance, right? It's so cool. Like, the Schumann resonance shown the exact time I decided to jump off the ship, to fly, to soar to new higher heights, to raise my frequency, but not only the frequency around me, but the field itself and just put that powerful energy through. I mean, it was something. You know, I felt it in the moment. It was very uplifting, gratitude, humbleness. But in the same sense, like, man, it was a big shift. Not only just in my reality, but all of the energies that were affecting my fields. And then I decided, okay, cool. And I'm feeling that higher vibe. I'm feeling that energy buzz. And I stayed up, poked around, did a few things. My crypto was going pretty crazy, so I had to make some crypto moves. And before you know it, it's like 12:30, and I got to get up and go to work. And I'm looking at 5 hours of sleep. And I kind of like came into my center. It was like, I need to hit the healing bed. I need to get into that Palladian healing bed. And to be honest with you guys, it's been a long time since I hit that healing bed. And I pretty much hit that healing bed with nothing but fractal nanos, a black essence of a spirit. And when I got in that healing chamber, I asked Source, the universe, the Palladians, put Humpty Dumpty back together, right? Like, help me rebuild, re-strength. In my head, I know 5 hours of sleep is not ideal. I want more sleep than that. But in the same sense, rejuvenate me. Reset my frequency so I can wake up in the morning and soar. And ladies and gentlemen, I woke up this morning, felt like a brand new person. New energy, new mindset, new thoughts, empowerment. When I got on the empowerment today, I really got in my own zone, my own lane, a sharp, hyper focus on not only life, but work, family, and everything that surrounds my inputs in my life. And I was really able to make a transition that I think is very key and very important. Because I feel like a lot of you guys are still going through this muckiness, still kind of having these doubts of life decisions. But what I'm here to say is, if we all remember we are eagles and we soar, we came here to bring in a higher vibration, to be a shining vessel, to guide the light. You know, that humbleness and that rebuilding phase, there's so much power in it. And so I just encourage you, if you're struggling right now, to take that big deep breath, to center yourself, and to ask God, Source, Creator, the universe, to bring that healing energy to you, to bring that revibrance, that rebuilding, the rejuvenation, bring that into your life. Because not only is it going to help your current state of being, but it's going to stair step day to day. You know, when we constantly take the stairway down, where are we going to end up? Rock bottom, right? Some of us have never hit rock bottom, and we have to go there in order to understand what we don't want, right? Because you don't know in life what you want until you realize what you don't. But in the same sense, the whole branding of being reborn and rising anew, the phoenix rising from the ashes, if you will, if we can come to that realization, really the sky's the limit, right? So let's refocus, let's reharmonize, let's rebrand ourselves into the light versions that we just came here to be. So that way all of this distraction, this distortion, everything that's going on with the collective has no impact on us. And when one of our brothers and sisters raise that light and bring that frequency in, and it affects the whole vibration of the earth, aka the Schumann resonance, we rejoice and we celebrate together, and we amplify and bring all of that energy to a higher state of being. Whew, that sounded good. But for real, y'all, it's been a trying time, especially the last 3 to 4 days. So if you're being in that trying time, remember breath work, calm yourself down, get back to your center, and just be that greatest version that you were meant to be. We came here for a reason. To bring in a new consciousness. To shine vibrantly. And to be the greatest versions that we can be. So don't get hung up in the muck. Don't get caught in the distractions. Be you. Stay true. And as my girl said, what's up? Yeah, for real. Be you. Stay true. Till next time. Peace.